Hello and welcome to this collective reading. I hope you're all well. Welcome back to those of you who've been here before, and a brand new welcome to those of you who haven't. My name is Dylan, and today we're going to be pulling some cards around the energy of Wolf, the Wolf spirit. And as I'm recording this reading, that is what's coming through very strongly through conversations that I'm having with people, with clients, even having that energy come through for myself. So although this is a timeless reading and you'll receive the messages whenever they're right for you, this is the energy that I'm coming into this reading with. So let's pull some cards and see what Wolf has to say. And for this video alone, welcome to the Wolf Pack. Also, if you enjoy my readings, then consider subscribing, because then you will see all of them show up on your feed, and you'll also be helping my channel, which I would really appreciate. So let's see what Wolf has to say. Okay, so we've actually got a hawk come through, which is really interesting for Wolf energy. And I've got this sense that this is all about both of them being hunters. Okay, so the hawk is a great hunter. They have fantastic eyesight. The wolf is a great hunter and they see very well in the dark. There's this energy of being able to see your way forwards, be able to plan ahead in a way. That's something that I'm feeling as well. Being able to see the prey, the thing that you want in the distance, hone in on that and become completely focused. Because if animals who hunt, to catch their food, don't focus, then they're not going to eat. Basically, they're not going to have what they need. They won't attract what they need. They're not going to be able to sustain themselves because they're not focused. Right? So they get distracted, they miss a meal. There's only so many times you can do that before you starve to death as a predator. So I'm getting this feeling that, with the hawk coming in for this wolf energy, that it's really important that we have that hunger within us. You may be feeling that hunger at the moment, and I've just had the song come through, Hungry Like the Wolf. You're hungry for something. What is that thing? And why are you distracting yourself if what you're really hungry for is over there and that's what's going to sustain you and make you happy? Why are you focusing on other things? So I'm seeing all these little nitpicky kind of details of like, oh, well, I need to sort this out, I need to sort this out, and just putting out all these little fires. And actually a lot of this is procrastination. And so if you were to prioritize what you need to do, really what needs to be focused on is this prey, is this target, is this goal, and that's the number one priority. So that could be many things. It could be a business, a project, your health, a relationship, whatever it is that you feel hungry for at this time, healthily hungry for, I will say, not addictions. Focus on that thing. It really feels like there needs to be almost like laser focus on whatever that is for you. There's also a need to kind of zoom out as well with the hawk energy. They can see things from a higher perspective. And again, I'm getting that sense of all these like little fires that you're putting out and little things that need to be done and lots of little to-do lists. And I feel like a lot of these would actually not really matter so much if you were fully focused on the big true goal, and a lot of these would sort themselves out and get themselves done over time. So definitely spend some time maybe assessing what your prey or your goal or your target is. Maybe it's changed and maybe now you need to refocus. Maybe you've achieved something and you've reached a certain point and now you're moving to the next level. I just heard the words apex predator. So, wolves are very high up on the food chain, and you've moved to a new level. You've leveled up in some way, and now it's time for new challenges. Now it's time for you to set your sights higher. That's another phrase that's coming through. Got two of arrows in justice. So I just heard the words the hunter becoming the hunted, or the hunted becoming the hunter. So, I was just talking about wolves being apex predators, being high up on the food chain. But of course, what is a threat to wolves? Well, humans, right? So the hunter becomes the hunted. So I feel with this injustice card, this Two of Arrows, that at some point in your life you felt more like the hunted than the hunter. And so maybe you've had things happen where you felt victimized, where you felt belittled, where you felt attacked, whether that be physically or verbally. You've had a time where you felt very closed, very protective, because you've had to protect yourself in the same way that prey would. You know, if a hunter's coming after you, to try and protect yourself. Perhaps you felt backed into a corner at some point. And this could be in many different areas or walks of life. You could have this happen in a job, you could have this happen in a relationship, maybe even in a family connection where you felt pushed around. It could be within a so-called friendship, you know, it could be lots of different things, but I get the sense that you've had that experience, and now the hunted is becoming the hunter, and that's you, and you're getting out there and hunting for what it is that you want to bring into your life and create in your life. And I just heard the words, it's not time for you to sit back. Okay, so some of you may be feeling like, oh, well, you know, I've achieved this thing that I was just talking about. You've reached one level and you'll be like, oh, you know, I'm going to sit back now because I've achieved that. I don't get the sense that it's time to sit back. When a wolf catches a meal and it's eaten that meal, it needs to start thinking about catching another meal, especially in wintertime where they're burning off a lot of calories, keeping warm. So yeah, the message that I'm getting from wolf is to keep going. It's like, be relentless. And that's not to say that wolves don't rest. You do need to rest, but this isn't a time to rest on your laurels, so to speak. It's not a time to be like, well, that's done and I've completed that and I've achieved that, so I'm just going to sit back here. No, you've got to keep going. You've got to keep the momentum going. So now I'm seeing a pack of wolves chasing, I think it's like a deer or a reindeer or something like that, and they're running and running and running, and if they just kind of go, actually, you know, I can't be bothered. It's not that they're too tired, but they just can't be bothered chasing this deer anymore. They're not going to be able to eat, okay? So you've got the energy. When you focus your energy correctly and you're feeding yourself with the right things, whether that be actual physical food or what you ingest, you know, through social media or on TV or on the radio, if you're bringing the right things into your energy field and lifting your energy, you've got that energy that you need to chase down this dream. And they're the words that are coming through now, chasing down a dream. So yeah, you're not going to just be halfway there and go, well, you know, actually I can't be bothered, because in your heart you know that this is what you want. So there's a strong message there around perseverance, not giving up, knowing what you want and really going for it. And I also got the message then as well from Wolf, don't bite off more than you can chew. So there's a difference here. I'm noticing the difference around knowing that you're capable of achieving a certain goal, knowing that you can do that and not just giving up because you can't be bothered, and knowing when something's a little bit too big, right? So if a wolf pack come across like a huge, I don't know, let's say a wildebeest or something, I don't know if they live in the same countries, but or an elephant or something, and they come across, I'm actually seeing further back, way back in prehistoric times now, where, you know, a kind of wolf pack, like large wolves that existed then, want to try and take down a woolly mammoth, for example, and it's too big. But they know that, so they don't go for it. So this isn't about biting off more than you can chew, because if you go for something too big too soon and you're not taking the steps, you might feel a really heavy sense of disappointment if you reach for something and then, you know, you can't quite make it. It's about setting these small goals. That's what I'm getting. It's like small achievable goals, making your way up to the top. Yeah, so there's an interesting mix of messages there. Let's see what else we've got. 8 of Swords. Fear. There's some kind of fear around, some kind of trapped energy. I'm getting this cornered energy again that I was feeling with this card, being backed into a corner. So this is an old energy. This is something that you've experienced way back, and you may have experienced it multiple times in multiple situations with multiple people, right? Because these things play out over and over again until we heal them, until we rectify them, until we release that energy from our own energy system. And the thing is, what I'm feeling is that you have actually released a great deal of this energy from your energy system. Your vibration has changed, and actually you're not attracting the same kinds of things anymore. And you will have noticed this, that you're either not attracting these people at all, or when you feel them coming towards you, you repel them so much, or you feel so repelled by them, or even repulsed, that you really, really back away very quickly. And so something has changed in a big way. And so these fears are they're unfounded, okay? So there could be a fear, maybe you don't trust yourself to keep yourself safe from these kinds of people. Well, actually, you're already doing it, and they can't touch you, is what I'm hearing. So being backed into a corner isn't going to do you any favours. Again, you flipped back into being the hunted rather than being the hunter when we get into this kind of state of mind where we worry and we fret and we're afraid that the same thing is going to happen again. We're more likely to actually attract something similar when we do that. But I will say it's unlikely you're ever going to experience the extent of what you experienced in the past, because that energy has gone, that ship has sailed, it's shifted, it's moved. It's just that you need to catch up with knowing that has shifted and moved. And I kind of feel like you're looking for proof at the moment. Yeah. So you're looking for proof that things have changed. And I actually think if you looked hard enough, or even if you just brought your focus to the present moment and just check out where you are in this moment, be observant. Like the wolf energy is coming in of like that really keen sense of smell. Keen senses, they're really sensual animals. They can feel, the energy in the forest, and they can sense when there's prey near them, and they can sense when there's danger. I really feel that if you drop into your senses, into your body, feel into where you are now, look around at your surroundings, you'll realise that things have changed in a really big way. And I just had this feeling of like hair standing on the back of your neck. This actually feels like not a fear response, but a lighting up of the energy body. So if you have an opportunity present itself, or you hear of something coming up that you're interested in and you get like full body shivers and tingles, that's your body telling you that that's a yes, that's excitement, go for it. And you'll feel very different sensations if you're not meant to do something. It's really important. There's a very important message coming through here around embodiment, around being grounded. You have to be fully present in your body, in your senses, to be able to know what to go for and what to leave. Interesting. What else have we got here? Four of Swords. Yeah, things have changed. If you have a look at these two cards and how different they are, it's like literally night and day. Okay, so moving away from this heavy density, fear, vibration and energy, you're moving more into a state of curiosity, I would say. There's a lot of transformation going on with these butterflies. And I just heard the words, you've become a new wolf. And it's really interesting actually, because I just saw a wolf shedding its skin, which I know wolves don't do. It's more of a snake thing, right? But I just had this feeling and this vision of a wolf shedding its skin, or perhaps a person shedding a wolf skin that they've been wearing, and then putting on a new one, a bigger one, one that's warmer, more secure, more safe. And you've created this new wolf skin for yourself. But in between those two wolf skins, let's say, one's come off and the other one hasn't come on fully yet, and you're in this vulnerable state. That's how it feels. Vulnerable, not in terms of weak. Like, I don't mean weak. It doesn't mean that you're then prime target, for being attacked. What I mean is that you're probably feeling a little bit vulnerable, a little bit soft. It's the same as when a snake sheds its skin. It's quite vulnerable to begin with. It's quite soft, so it has to hide away and make sure that it toughens up and comes back to its senses as well, as it's getting used to its new skin, its new way of being. Same with butterflies and moths. When they first come out of the cocoon, they come out and they're very soft, they're very vulnerable. In fact, they can't fly straight away, and they have to get their wings into place and pump them up almost, to be able to fly away. So that's the kind of energy that I'm getting around where you are at the moment. And things will change very quickly around that. You'll put this new wolf skin on, you'll grow your wings, all of the metaphors, and you'll get going. And you'll be quick on your feet, is what I just heard. So there's almost like like being quick on your feet, like a wolf running and being very agile and being able to dodge trees and these branches, and it's like you're running and running without actually needing to see exactly where you're going to end up. And that's a really interesting energy. I actually want to pull a card for that specifically, because I'm getting this sense of bounding through the woods, through the forest, like senses heightened and really excited to move towards something, but not necessarily needing to know exactly the details of what that thing is, just knowing that it's going to be good, right? You've set your intentions, you know what you want, but you don't know exactly how it's going to play out, so you just keep going and going with this energy. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we've got 2 cards. I'm going to go with, brilliant. I'm going to go with this one first, Sun. You got enjoy success and happiness. This is what I was just talking about. Bounding forwards, moving through the forest, feeling your body, feeling empowered, embodied, taken care of by your pack. You're attracting the right people. There's a wolf pack coming together. Even if they're not quite in your life just yet, they're actually on the periphery, and I can feel them moving in and wanting to be a part of your life. But you have to shine for these people to be able to see you, because if you don't shine, they can't see you, they can't find you, you're not going to find your pack, right? So you need to be injecting more of you, who you are truly, into your everyday life. You need to be bringing all of those qualities to the fore and showing people who you are and shining very brightly. And then these wolves I can see moving in, they're going to come in and they're going to also be a sense, a kind of protection as well. You're going to move in a pack. So I'm picking this up as being like physical, actual human people coming in, but there's also a sense of a group of ancestors, spirit guides, maybe even animal spirits, could be the wolf, coming in to protect you as you move forwards, as you're moving very quickly towards your future. Now what I really love here is that the she-wolf came out. So we've got she-wolf, unleash the wild within. So what I'm feeling very strongly now, and of course this is great for a wolf reading, is get in touch with your body, get in touch with nature. If you've got music that you can put on that helps you to feel kind of wild and alive and more primal, like for example for me, I like to listen to things like Heilung and Vadruna, Danheim, all those kinds of brilliant bands who bring this primal energy with them. Anything that works for you that helps you to feel that level of primality, put that on, dance to it, stamp, move your feet, just feel what it feels like to be in your body. If you can get out in nature, touch the rough bark of a tree, touch the mud, just feel a part of nature, feel the sun on your skin, feel the wind, feel the cold if it's cold, feel the rain, just don't shy away from being embodied and in touch with nature, because it's calling you at the moment. And the more that you can soak up and revel in that wild energy, the more that you're going to be able to shine. You're going to have more energy, more potency. It's really important. I'm getting this quite strongly coming through as a message from Wolf, that we embrace our wildness, our connection to the land, our connection to the animals, and to remember how it feels to have that connection and to be the way that we used to be, very attuned to nature, very much in tune with our senses. And the wolf just said, they won't steer you wrong. And that's what I was saying about, the hairs standing up on the back of your neck and that prickling sensation. Maybe you've had experiences where you've had an interesting synchronicity come to the fore, and you get the hairs stand up on your arms and you're like, whoa, and like full body tingles. Wolf is saying that that's such a great indicator that you're on the right track. You might see a repeating number and over, and it starts to make you get that fizzy feeling inside almost, and your hairs stand up. Focus on those things. Focus on what it feels like to be a feeling being, to be living in your senses, because those senses are going to lead you to the right things, to the right places, to the right people. So you're moving quickly, you're moving forwards. Don't step back into this kind of leaning back, sitting back, being backed into a corner. Again, you're now the hunter, not the hunted. Definitely pay attention to that. And embrace yourself as you are. Embrace your body, embrace your primal, natural nature. So I'm going to pull one more card before I go, because I feel like we're coming to the end here. Wolf. Wolf wants us to howl. Of course Wolf wants us to howl. If you can find a place where you can howl freely, then I do highly recommend that. It can be really, really healing to let out these primal sounds. Wolf is definitely recommending that. And perhaps even if you can, if you're physically able to do this, I've done this a couple of times in the past, running barefoot through kind of woodland. Be careful, if you know there's going to be broken glass around, stuff like that, then don't do that. Maybe you've got barefoot shoes or you've got running shoes that you can do it in, but I like to do it with bare feet sometimes because you can really feel the ground. And if you can't do that, if you can't run, if you're not physically able to do that, then just placing your feet on the earth with no shoes and socks on, just feeling that connection would be really helpful as well. So let's pull one more card from Wolf. Yeah. So we've got the Hierophant. This is a wise elder energy, and this is what I'm feeling from this wolf. It's a very old grey wolf, and I feel like you're actually going to be embodying this moving forwards. So there's a teacher element to this. What you're learning within your body, within your soul, what you're moving forwards with, you're going to be teaching other people how to do that. It may not be through like formal education or running workshops or anything like that if that's not your thing, but just through you leading from example, it's going to make a big difference to the people around you. It may not help all people to change that are around you, because some people just aren't on that path and perhaps they're just not the right people for that, but some people around you will notice a shift in your energy, in the way that you move, in the way that you talk, in the way that you carry yourself. As you move forwards and you shift and change more, it's going to inspire these people to do the same. They're at least going to get curious and be like, something's changed about you. What is it? What are you doing that's working for you? How are you being this confident? And you can tell them what you're doing if you trust them and if you feel close enough to them. And I feel like it's going to make a big difference. And I also got the sense as well from Old Grey, I'm going to call him Old Grey, the wolf, that it's good to ask Wolf's guidance moving forwards if that resonates with you, if you get stuck, if you feel that you're slowing down and you're not picking up that pace, that energy that you need to move forwards. Call on Old Grey, the Old Grey Wolf, and this is what this man is representing here, this druid in this card. It's that ancient wisdom, that ancient energy coming through, knowing the ways to work with the land, that primal energy. So call on this old grey wolf that wants to come through and help you to be confident and to be strong as you move forwards. So this was a really interesting reading. I've not worked with Wolf in this way before, so I've really enjoyed doing that. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments if you found resonance, and I will speak to you all next time. Take care, much love, bye bye.